Hello everyone, welcome to this video on writing data to text file. In this video, you will learn how to write data to a text file using write and writeline functions with three file modes: write mode, create mode, and append mode. This is a third video under file handling. First video was an introduction to file handling. Second was on reading data from text file, and this is third video on writing data to text file. So if you have not seen the first two videos, then first see that video and then jump to this video. Now let us start with writing data to text file. So already we know that open method takes two arguments. One is file name and second is mode of operation. And if we specify write mode, then it will create a file if the specified file does not exist. And if the file exists, it will overwrite the content of the file. If we specify x as a second argument, means it is a create mode, means it will create a new file and returns an error if file already exists, means it will not overwrite, it will give an error. And if we specify a as a mode, then it is a append mode, means it will create a file if the file does not exist, and if the file exists, then it will append content or write content at the end of the file. So we have already seen these four steps of file handling, that is create file, open file, and then perform operations like read, write, or append, and then finally close the file. So very first thing, let us start with write data to text file using W mode, that is a write mode of operation. So say for example, we want to write this message to a file. Very first thing is to create a file, and let us assume that our file name is testfile.txt and our mode of operation is write mode. Fine. So this statement will create a new file and open a file. So the two steps are completed using this particular statement, open test underscore file dot txt. So if this file does not exist, then it will create a file and then it will open the file in a write. And this open method returns a file object, and we need to store it in an object f so that we can use it for performing write or read operations, so that we can use it for writing data to this particular file. Now for writing data to this particular file, we need to use the write method like this, and as an argument to this, we need to specify this particular message that we want to write to a file. And then finally, after writing the message, we should close the file. So f dot close, and that's all. So this will create a new file if the file does not exist, and if the file is already there, then it will overwrite the content of the particular file. So now let us run it, and the code is successfully executed. And now let us check the content of the file. Here is a test underscore file, and here we can see that hello everyone. Now let us change the content to be written over here. Hello everyone, welcome to AI24 Academy. And now let us run it again, and now let us see the content of this particular. Here we can see the hello everyone, welcome to AI24 Academy. So whatever data we pass as an argument over here to the write method, it is written to that particular file. Now suppose we want to read the content that we have written to this file, then already we have seen that open function, we open the file in a read mode and then use a read method to read the content of the file, and then finally close. So let us run it, and here we can see that hello everyone, welcome to the AI24 Academy. So here we have written the content to the file, and here we are reading that content back. So here we are writing the data in a single line. Now suppose if you want to write data in three different lines like this, so how can we achieve this? So very first thing is, say for example, I want to write these three lines of data to this particular file ai24academy.txt, and then using the f.write method, very first let us have this particular message over here, and then again say f.write, let us specify the strings as an argument to this particular write method, and then finally f dot close. Now let us see whether the content is written to the file in three different lines using these three different write methods, or it is written within the single line or not. right? We can see that there is no file named Ai24 Academy.txt. So if file is not there, then it should be created. And now let us run it and let us see. Yes, here the file is created and we can see that it is written within this single line itself. So how can we write this data in 3 different lines? So for writing data in 3 different lines, we have to specify the new line character at the end of each line. So now let us run it again, and now let us see. So we can see that hello everyone, welcome to it. So for writing data in different lines, we need a new line character. We can write data to the file using single write statement also. So here we are writing data to a file in 3 different lines using 3 write statements, but I can write data to the file in 3 different lines using single write also. So say for example, let us delete this particular file, and now we have deleted the file, and now let us run this program so that we can verify that yes, we can write data. Yes, we can see that the content is written in 3 different lines. So now let us use X, that is a create mode, to write content to the file. Create mode will create a new file if it does not exist, and if the file exists, then it will give an error. So right now we have already created this particular file. Fine. So if we try to open the file in create mode, then it should give an error. Say for example, right now I am writing a simple hello message, and then finally say for example I am closing the file. Now let us run it and we can see that it is giving file exist Ai24 Academy. So if file exists, then we cannot write data to this particular file. Means whenever we have to use, we are using X mode or create mode, we should specify name of the file which does not exist. Say for example, if I give 1 over here, means there is no file named Ai24 Academy 1.txt, and now we try to write content to that particular file. We can see that the piece of code is executed successfully, and now here we can see that the new file with name Ai24 Academy 1.txt is created, and here hello message is written. So this is how we can use the create mode for writing data. It is similar to the W mode, but W mode will overwrite the content if file already exists, and if file does not exist, then it will create a file similar to the create mode. Now let us write data to text file in an append mode. So append mode will create a new file if the file does not exist, and if file exists, then it will write at the end of the file. So already we know that the Ai24txt file already exists, and we can see that the content is like this: hello everyone, welcome to it. Now let us write content to this particular file in append mode. That is, so say for example we write this content is added at the end of file, and here let us have a new line character at the, so that this content is added at the end of the file as a new line. And then finally, say for example we close the file. So here we have opened the existing file in append mode, and we are writing this file so that this content is appended at the end of this particular file, and then finally we are closing. Now let us run it, and the piece of code is executed successfully, and let us verify the content. So here we can see that hello everyone, welcome to it, and this content is added at the end of the file. So this content is appended at the end of a file. When we open a file in write, create or read mode, the file pointer is always at the start of a file, but when we open a file in append mode, the file pointer is always at the end of a file, so that it can append content at the end of a file. Now suppose we want to write multiple lines to the files using a list. Fine. So there is a method writelines. It is quite opposite to readlines method. There is a readline method which reads all the lines and create a new list. Over here we have a list of different strings, and these strings will be written to the file as a separate lines. So we can use this particular method writelines. So very first thing is we have to open a file in, say for example we open a file in a read mode. So very first thing is name of the file. Say for example we give ai24.txt, and let us open in a write mode, and here we can use any mode. If you want to append content at the end of a file, then we can use a or a append mode. Or if you want to create a totally new file, then we can specify the create mode, that is AX. But if you want that we want to write content in a new fresh file, then we should use the write mode, that is W. So this statement will open the file in a write mode, and then we have to write content to this particular file using the write mode, and here we have to specify the string list as an argument, and then close the file, f dot close. So this will close the file, and now let us execute this program, and we can see that it is executed successfully. And let us check this particular file, ai24.txt. So it's over here, and we can see that hello everyone, welcome to Ai24 Academy. And over here we can see that the same content is written over here, hello everyone, welcome to. Here the important point to be noted is at the end of every line we should keep a new line so that it can write content to the file in a new line. Now suppose if we remove this new line character from this, and let us see what happens. Now let us execute this program again. Let us reload the content, and here we can see that the content, as we have removed the new line character, the content is printed in single line. Now let us again say specify new line character at the end of every line, and now let us run it again and let us verify the content. So here we can see that it is printed in 3 different lines. So this is how we can use write and write lines methods for writing data to text file. So here we are ending this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great time.